Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Cliff, and this is Cliff's Dark Gems. And I'd like to welcome you to my channel, this channel, which is the most intellectually stimulating, definitely the most insightful and entertaining channel on YouTube. So sit tight, sit back and relax. And if you're new, if you watch this particular video, you're going to be a better person for it. So yeah, tonight we're going to do a thing called a tag video, and this is the Snob-O-Meter tag. So stay tuned. Okay everyone, that's better. Decided to lose the bow tie. I forgot how uncomfortable those damn things are. So yeah, tonight we're doing a tag, the Snob-O-Meter, and this tag was created by That Reading Guy, and I was tagged by Stuart Griffin, as well as Reading from the Depths. Check out all those channels, they're wonderful. And yeah, I think this is 12 prompts, and we're just going to go right into it. Yeah. Okay, so I've lost the suit as well. It's still freaking hot here, people, in South Africa. And I'm not going to sit here in a suit just to be snobbish. Okay, so number one, what is your definition of book snobbery? Well, yeah, very basically, my book's better than yours. But okay, let's be a little bit more. Okay, my books are more sophisticated. You know, some books are more sophisticated. Some books are just of a better quality than other books, and you're reading the wrong stuff, and you're not reading the right stuff. I've got the right stuff. So yeah, it's just the belief that you're reading a genre that is superior to other people's. That's like book snobbery. Yeah. Prompt number two. Is there a genre or type of book you would never consider reading? Such as, would you never read a romance, or ever read romance? Or if you regularly read romance, would you ever try a science fiction novel? Now, I actually replied in the comment section to some of the booktubers who did this video, and I said I wouldn't read a romance. And then I thought, oh hell, I have read a romance. And it was 2023, Garb August, and I read Shadow of the Sheik. And I'm going to link that video where I reviewed this. It's actually quite entertaining. And yeah, Garb August is created by Ollie from Criminally. I think he's done this tag already, but I'm going to link him as well. And yeah, it's about celebrating trashy books. Celebrating books that this tag is perfect for it. You know, so it's not like just classics, it's romance. All genres are important. It's important to read outside our comfort zone. So yeah, I read Shadow of the Sheik. Oh, and then I also own, well, we inherited this book. We don't own it. Well, we do, but just haven't thrown it out. 50 Shades of Grey. And I might read this in a future Garb August, unless you tell me not to, people. I don't want to lose subscribers. But yeah, I'm willing to try everything. I have read a bit of everything in my life. I'm not a huge fan of romance. Did I enjoy that other book, Shadows of the Sheik? Not really, but it was entertaining. So yeah, it's important to broaden your horizons when you're reading. So that's number two. Number three, does erotica count as literature? Okay, I'm going to say two things first of all. Let's look at literature. What is literature? When I look it up, it's actually written work that has artistic merit. I mean, you might add words like sophistication in there, but then I think you're just being you're being a snob. But work that has artistic merit. And who am I to judge artistic merit? What I find merit, somebody else might find something completely different. So yeah, you've got erotic literature, or yeah, erotic things, right? And I think there'd be a sliding scale on mildly naughty to very naughty. bordering on, I'm not going to say it on my channel, because yeah, you know, the algorithms and stuff like that won't let you say the P word. So yeah, it's just very sexy or very naughty. And so yeah, I think it's down to the person once again, what they find artistic. And so yeah, I'm not here to judge whether it should be described as literature or not. Oh yeah, one other thing. I received a present from my brother just before our wedding. It might have been a bachelor's present just for fun. And that is 100 Nights of Great Sex. Now, I want to ask you, is this erotic or is this self-help? I really need your help with this. I'd like you to vote down in the spaces down below. And I just want to say, I've never actually read this because the pages are, what does it say? That the pages are kind of like a thing, you open them for each night. So yeah, I've never actually read any of this, although there's a few loose pages. Oops. What's this? Oh dear. Maybe I did peek, but my wife didn't. Okay, prompt number 4, and sorry I had to open another button because it's kind of getting hot in here. And that is better to read classic books and popular bestsellers? Absolutely not. Reading is a subjective thing. It's down to the person, what they enjoy. And really it's down to reading whatever you want. You know, there are classic literature and popular fiction offer two different things. And you can read both depending on what your needs are at the time. You know, different themes, different focuses. So yeah, I wouldn't say one is better than the other. They're just different. And read all of it, people. Yeah. Okay, prompt number 5 says, have you ever bragged about reading a classic in order to sound smart? Yeah, I'm afraid I'm guilty there. Absolutely. As a university student, I was an English major. Yeah, you know, I used to think that the department of English, the English department, was the center stone in the university, you know, kind of in the whole campus. It's the fountain of knowledge. And all these other people that are studying, you know, economics or science or whatever, they're just kind of lacking, you know. I'd go up to my friends and I'd say, have you read The Great Gatsby, people? Have you read The Great Gatsby? Or have you read the classic Paradise Lost? Oops, looks like it needs to be cleaned. But these were 5-star reads for me. Have you even read them? Are you busy reading your textbook full of knowledge? Are you even reading? So yeah, I was very snobbish as a university student. Well, not that bad, but yeah. But I've changed, people. I have changed. I mean, as you grow older, you start to realize that we're all people with different views and different, you know, subjective opinions. And so there's a lot of different kind of things that make the world go round. Yeah. So there's a place for economics, there's a place for science, biology, that kind of thing. Yeah. Okay, here's a more serious prompt for me. Number 6, do audiobooks count as reading? What about comic books or graphic novels? Now, it's very difficult for me to say anything about audiobooks because I've never listened to an audiobook. I've never felt the need to. So I can't really judge whether they're good or not. But I would say, yeah, it's reading. You're taking in the same book. However, the one thing that I keep thinking about is that when you're reading a book, you're using your imagination. You're connecting directly with the page. So if a character feels fear or anxiety, whatever, using your imagination with all of that. So you're taking it in firsthand from the page. And I always thought maybe that with audiobooks, someone telling you the story, you're listening to their voice and how they're telling the story to you. So you're connecting on a different level with the story. It's still the same story, don't get me wrong. And yeah, I reckon that maybe it could even enhance the experience. You know, you hear about different narrators. People that love audiobooks say about different narrators create different experiences. But I think, yeah, it could really enhance it. And as my eyes grow older, as I grow older, I've already got crap eyesight. So I might have to start turning to audiobooks. But yeah, that's my answer. Yes, it is reading. It's the same thing, except you're listening. And maybe it's a different kind of skill as well. And yeah, before you tell me down in the comments, I know that there are loads of things you can do with audiobooks. You can multitask and travel, and so it's a very useful thing to do. but I don't travel much at all. So I haven't found a need yet, but I will probably in the future. So yeah. Okay, the second part of that question was, what about comic books or graphic novels? Do they count as reading? Absolutely. Creep show, people. I just finished this recently, and you know, I absolutely loved it. But very interesting. And I want to bring up Stuart's video that I watched quite recently, Stuart Griffin, who tagged me. And he's mentioned something that I've never really thought about before. That when you're reading a comic or a graphic novel, sometimes you read too quickly without taking note of the graphics. And so all credit of this goes to Stuart. I mean, you're looking at the graphics. It actually, I mean, if you read over here, or if you look at this thing over here, the expression on his face, if you're reading too quickly, you'll miss that. So you'll miss out on the nuances of the graphics and the images, instead of taking your time and taking the whole thing in. So I thought that was quite profound. Yeah. Prompt number 7. Have you ever looked down at someone for reading a popular fluff book with little substance to it? For example, a self-help book and a celebrity memoir. Now, yeah, let's first look at the self-help book. It'll be a little hypocritical of me to basically say that I look down on people who read self-help books or someone who owns this book. I've never read it, people, but I own it. So yeah, it'll be a little bit hypocritical to say stuff like that. But yeah, each to their own. That's what I could say. When it comes to reading, we're all different. And then with the memoirs, I don't think I've read many memoirs, but I have read one that is freaking brilliant, people, and I highly recommend it. That is Stephen King on writing. And it's just absolutely fascinating. And I've seen it, like with Stephen King top 10 lists, I've seen it in quite a couple. So there's a really fascinating look on his experience and his life as an author, and it touches on his real experiences with alcoholism, his family, everything. So yeah, very, very much worth a read. Prompt number 8. Have you ever been the recipient of someone else's snobbery? Yes, but not really online. I mean, online, yeah, maybe there's some comments that people leave me, borderline snobbery. I'm not talking to you, you know who you are. Yeah, not just borderline, you know, my taste is better than yours. But the biggest experience I had is offline with her. I'm going to call her a friend of a friend. And yeah, she's a snob. I'd give her a rating scale of 10. I'd give her about a 9 or 10 out of 10. She's a know-it-all. And she's got lots of books, and she reads lots of books, but she's got this kind of, she comes across like, yeah, she'll talk about the books like the ones she's read is that they're the best. I'm not going to say anything else, because it's not nice to talk about people that are not going to see this, because they don't watch it. But yeah, there are snobs out there, and I've come across them. Question number 9 is, would you ever be friends with a snob? Maybe you already are, friend of a friend. But yeah, I would. I mean, I have no idea upon booktube who thinks what. But yeah, I'm very easygoing. I'm a friendly guy. And just as long as you don't take me to a party and engage in conversation and start going on about yourself and start making me listen to your rantings about your favorite book of all time, like War and Peace or something, and I won't listen to you. No, I've got to read this. Why haven't you read this yet? As long as you don't do that for too long, then we'll be friends, and it's okay. But I haven't really come across anyone like that. So yeah, and we're going to talk about a Snob-O-Meter now. So maybe most of my friends are like 3 or 4 out of 10. I'm probably that. Maybe some are 6 or 7, but not really. I haven't sensed that. So yeah, I'll be friends with everyone. I'm a friendly, open-minded kind of guy. Yeah. And prompt number 10. Are people who don't read less sophisticated than people who do? Now, you're going to see I'm going to actually work my way to my answer here. Because first thing I sort of thought about was a couple of quotes. Now I'm going to read a couple of quotes here. First of all, a room without books is like a body without a soul. And that's by Marcus Cicero. Very profound. Second one. a reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads, this is a bit sexist, he or she dies, man or woman, who never reads, lives only one. George R.R. Martin. Okay, so a suggestion that, yeah, you have to read in order to have like a soul. And I kind of reject that, because there's another quote here, a book that I taught, and that is, don't judge a man until you have walked 2 moons in his moccasins. Kind of shoot, I think. But yeah, that's by Sharon Creech, Walk 2 Moons. And so basically we are all different. Now, to say out there that there are artists and there's musicians and there's sportsmen and people that devote their whole lives to a particular thing, and that's their passion. So they don't get around to doing much reading or hardly any reading at all. So who are you to judge other people and their passions? That's like painters and artists and people that are visual. You know, that's something to think about. That's still something to ignite your soul and your passion, painting. And I think Stuart brought that up as well, so very good video, you should check it out. Yeah, so that's my answer to that question. Okay, prompt number 11 says measure yourself. Based on your answers to the previous 10 questions, would you qualify as a book snob? Kind of don't know. Maybe, do you think I'm maybe a book snob? 3, 4, 5? Give me a number out of 10.
6.
No. Okay, my wife says 6 out of 10. I disagree. I think I'm more like a 3 or 4, because maybe in the past I was very snobbish. But I'm actually very open-minded about the books I read and about people. Yeah, I really am. Don't look at me like that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Oh, then it says tag some people. Now, what I'm going to do is, I haven't written down, because I know that there are loads of people that have done this tag, and that have been tagged already, from the videos that I've watched and everything. So, consider yourself tagged, if you've seen this video. And what I might do is, if I think of a few more people, I will write those names down in the description. I will link them in the description. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Didn't take it too seriously, I was trying to have some fun. But yeah, leave a thing in the comments. And don't forget to tell me if that book is erotica or self-help. That means a lot to me, because I really need to categorize it in a genre, right? I'm not going to show it to you again, I already showed it to you twice. But yeah, leave a comment down below, I'd love to chat to you. And until next time, people, take care of yourselves, keep those pages turning, and cheers.